Live.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
Come on in with a friend, let's get it in. Come on in with a friend, let the party begin. Come on, hey, hey. Come on in, get it in, let the party begin. Come on in, get it in, let's bring a friend. Hey. Everything's gonna be okay. We put it in the comments around here.
Whosoever will believe in him shall not perish, but have
Good morning, Mom.
everlasting
Lisa.
Yo, turn my mic up. Y'all ain't see this coming. Get ready to catch this. Come to snatch your righteous mind, not your edges. God is the goal, and then there's the period. This thing is real. Woo-cha! We serious, intentional, the original. God is in control. Do it for your soul. Gotta let the whole world know. Ayo, ayo.
Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Gonna hear some good news today.
Yo, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning from Guatemala. Yo, let's get it in. Where y'all watching from? Where y'all watching from? Hello? Oh, that's applause. I was like, what is that? That's applause. Okay, yeah. Yay. Good morning. Where y'all watching from? Where y'all tuning in from? Let me know. Everything is gonna be okay. Put it in the comments. Tell somebody everything's gonna be okay. Let me know where you're watching from. New York in the building. Jackson, Mississippi, praying for water supply, Latasha. In New Orleans. I mean in Jackson. I think that's my classmate. It's Latasha Garland. Tijuana, Mexico. Come on. Come on. Tulsa, Chicagoland, ATL, Houston, Texas. Okay. Vancouver, Washington, Sacramento, San Diego, baby, Grand Prairie, Texas. Everything's gonna be okay. Pasadena, North Carolina, Azusa, right up the street. Yo, Canada, Canada, Bueno Park. Yo, so good to see everybody. So good to have everybody back. We back. San Dimas, right up the street. Buenos Dias. Moore Park. Buenos Dias. Louisville, Kentucky. Kentucky in the house. Yo, so good to see everybody. So good to see everybody. Yo, we put it in the comments. We just like to tell everybody. So if you're new around here, we put in the comments, everything's going to be okay. We encourage one another. East LA in the house. My classroom from West Covina. In class, get it, girl. Sierra Madre, Brandon, Mississippi. Yes. Brenda in Hawaii. Come on. Bermuda. Come on. We all around the world. We worldwide. We worldwide. Yo, it's a daily devotional to just kind of hopefully give you a little encouragement, let you know despite everything that's going on in the world, everything is going to be okay. God is good. God is faithful. When the pandemic hit, we was all shut in at the house. We went live on the air, and we've been going live ever since. Committed to making sure that we get through the day, we get through the week, we get through the month, y'all. We getting through the year. Yo, we getting through this life, y'all. We gonna get through it. So just want you to know everything's gonna be okay. I want to give you a little bit of an encouragement, We're talking about still this week, being still, in the midst of still being tired, still being exhausted. What does it mean to be still in the midst of still being overwhelmed, still being weary of all that's going on? So we call it the family table, and we welcome people to the family table where we just have real talk. We have honest talk. We talk about the devotions, and every now and then we'll get into what's happening in the culture when the culture get into what's happening to us. You like that? I said every now and then we'll get into what's happening in the culture when the culture tends to get into what's happening with us. So, but today I want to pull up a passage. I want you to sit with this passage. It's found in Psalm 46, Psalm 46:10, I believe. He says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. Be still and know that I am God." In the comments, everybody just say, "Be still." Be still. Leon Timbo in the house. Good morning, bro. Be still. Be still. The children of Israel were under attack, and then one scholar says God is speaking to the enemies and speaking to the plight of the children of Israel, and he's basically saying to them, the passage before, the verse before, Devon, I didn't get the whole thing. Put up the verse before so I can get it in context. He's saying he makes war cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. Do you see? He's letting the enemy of the children of Israel know, I got them. Let me just tell you how their God rolls. I make war cease to the end of the earth. I break the bow and shatter the spear. He burns the shield with fire. He's kind of spitting off his resume and saying, let me allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Hov, Jehovah Jireh, my provider. I am the one who breaks spears and shatters shields. And then he says to the children of Israel, he just says, so be still. So he says, be still and know that I am God. I am exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. There is nothing that you are going through. There is nothing that you are warring with. There is nothing that you are fighting that I am not greater than. There is no oppression. There is no oppressor. There is no enemy. There is no army. There is no situation. There is no burden. There is no circumstance that is greater than my hand and my power. So to a people that are in a futile pursuit in response to what's happening from their enemies, he's saying, stop, chill. Be still. Why you walking around frantic like your God ain't in control? Why you walking around freaking out like you got to react and respond to every threat of the enemy? Why are you tripping and all anxious and all jittery? Be still. In the midst of persecution, in the midst of enemies coming, in the midst of situation, be still and check it out. Be reminded, be in the know of who your God is. Be still and know that I am God. It is a call out to those who are in a futile pursuit of fighting something that's bigger than them, of engaging in something that's way beyond their capacity. Be still and know that I am God. Stop. Your reaction to this crisis should not be frantic. Your reaction to this crisis shouldn't even be movement. Your reaction to this crisis should be stillness. Your reaction to this crisis should be stillness. Be still. Be still. And know that I'm telling you, you're moving too much. You know how your mama just out of frustration and just would be just, but be still. You're making me nervous. Be still. Sit still. I think sometimes God is like, yo, be still. But you know all this moving around, all this stuff. You're hustling over here. You're trying to figure that out over here. You're trying to do this over here. You're trying to do that. Just be still. They don't even be talking English. They just be gibberish. Just be still. Sit down somewhere. Denise Edwards said, sit down somewhere. I think God is just saying, yo, be still. Have you forgot that I am God? Be still. I got this. Where are you moving too much? Where are you moving too much? Where have you become a busybody in a pursuit for you to try to resolve something, solve something, get something worked out that's honestly bigger than you? It's outside of your spiritual pay grade. This is something that is exclusively reserved for God. Where are you moving too much? Where do you need to be still? Prophetically, would you just speak it in the comments? Just tell somebody, be still. Just be still. Let's put it in the comments again. Put it in the comments again. Because I think somebody needs to see it, needs to hear it. Somebody's moving right now. You're moving too much. You're a busybody. You're trying to hustle up. You're trying to hustle your worth. You trying to make everything God showed you. You trying now to force it in. You trying to do it. You trying to make it happen. And God is saying, yo, be still. I will be exalted in the earth. I will be exalted above all else. Be still. Be still. Moses comes along and he tells the children of Israel the same sentiment. He says, stand still and watch this. And if you stand still, you watch, I'm going to show you something. You will see the salvation of the Lord. And this enemy that you're frantic about, Egypt, this enemy you will see no more. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. And this enemy that you're frantic about, this thing that you're worried about, you think that you ain't gonna see that no more. God about to deal with it. Be still. Some of you've got a franticness in your spirit. You got a worry in your spirit. You got a busybody in your spirit. Some of you even got a meeting today to try to make a list of all the ways you can solve something that you cannot solve. Some of you are already planning. You got a strategy. You try. We got to figure that out. We got to figure that out. No. God's already worked it out. Stand still and see his salvation. Stand still and see his salvation. Some of you are too frantic and you are reacting and not responding. React to the power, from the power of God. You're reacting to the enemy instead of responding to God's faithfulness. Instead of responding to God's faithfulness. Be still. Be still. Be still. Be still. Be still. You're going to see the salvation of the Lord. But if you keep moving, you're going to miss the salvation of the Lord. Be still. Be still. Be still. Be still. There's a story. We'll go home on this. Watch this. There's a story of a guy who was on these little cruises that you kind of go out and you stop and people can jump off in the water and see snorkeling and different things like that. And then you get back on the boat and then they keep on going and go to another stop. Well, these two teenagers got on the boat. They kind of snuck on, and on one of the trips they jumped off, but weren't with the crowd. They were kind of on the other side of the boat, missed what was happening. And everybody got back on the boat except them. And they were left there in the water. So they're freaking out. They're panicking because they're in the ocean and nobody else is out there. The guy who did this, the son is telling me the story. This is his dad and his friend. So they're left and they're frantic and they're just reacting and they're starting to drown. They're just starting to freak out. And they're calling on Jesus. And God speaks to them. True story. God speaks to them. And God says 2 words, be still. And they're frantic and they're about to drown. They're like, what are we going to do? God says, be still. And they got really still. Partly because of exhaustion. Because some of our surrender doesn't show up because of a surrendered heart, but an exhausted soul and an exhausted body. So sometimes God will use our exhaustion to bring us to a full surrender and stillness. That was good. Can y'all hear me out there today? Sometimes God will use our exhaustion to bring us to a place of stillness and surrender. So out of exhaustion, they get really still. And that's when they realize what God had already provided. Something called buoyancy. When they got still enough, they recognized that the water was able to allow them to float enough to be in the middle of the ocean and still live. So in the stillness, their bodies just floated on the water. And as they were just floating on the water and breathing and living, eventually somebody saw them and came and rescued them. If they wouldn't have gotten still, they would have drowned. You think the situation is going to take you out. I'm telling you, the situation can't take you out if you get still. If you just get still, God has provided what you need right there in the situation you're in. If you just get still, you will see the salvation of the Lord. Don't get busy. Don't get anxious. Don't get a to-do list. Get still. I'm telling you, God is already there. But they would have drowned in the same spot. So you think, see, you've putting too much power in the location of where you are. I'm in this bad spot. I'm in this bad spot. I'm in this bad spot. No. You can float in that spot you in right now. Do you hear me? It's some of you've set your victory on a change of destination, of location. When I get out of this, then I'll be okay. No, I'm telling you, you can be okay while you in this if you get still right where you are. Some of you think the victory has to come with a new location. And I'm telling you, a new location will come. You ain't going to stay there long. You ain't going to stay there forever. But God's saying you're going to be there right now. And while you're there, you are going to see the salvation of the Lord. I'm not going to bring you out of the water. I'm going to show you how you can float in the water. Some of you get too preoccupied by finding a new location, getting out of this. Lord, get me out of this. Lord, get me out of this. And maybe the prayer today is, Lord, let me see you in this. Let me see you in this. Reveal how you already here, because he's already there. Be still, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord. See the salvation of the Lord. Psalm 39 says, if I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. Even there, your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast. Even the darkness will not be dark to you. The night will shine like the day, for darkness is as light to you. Ooh. He says, if I make my bed in hell, if I go to the darkest place, darkness ain't dark to you. Come on in here. It ain't dark to you, God. So if I'm here, let me tell you another story. So I go to Israel. And we go to the Dead Sea. And the Dead Sea has extremely high salt content. About the Dead Sea has extremely high salt content. The other thing, ironically, about the Dead Sea is it is geographically the lowest place on Earth. So the depth, it is one of the lowest places on Earth. The other thing about the Dead Sea, it's high salt content water. It's the lowest place on Earth, and if you get in the Dead Sea, I don't care if you can swim or not, you automatically float. You just automatically, like the high salt content makes it hard. Like you just automatically float. So you got to be careful, because your feet will just come up from up under you and you'll just be floating in the Dead Sea. You just float. And of course, with my big old self, I was like, I got to test the theory. So I get in there, and you just got to be careful, because your feet going to come up and you're going to be floating whether you want to or not. So you got to close your mouth so you don't get all that salt in your mouth. And I just looked, and I was floating. Like, it wasn't like I got to be real still so the buoyancy can come. No, buoyancy was like booyah. Like, it was like boom, and I was just up. It's the lowest place on earth. Maybe when the psalmist wrote it, maybe he was looking up at Mount Hermon, one of the highest mountains, and considering the Dead Sea one of the lowest places, and saying, if I go to the highest heights, Lord, you are up there on top of this mountain. But even if I find myself in the lowest place, in the Dead Sea, you are there. I guess what the psalmist is saying, in your lowest place, you cannot drown. Even in your lowest place, you cannot drown. I'm telling you, some of you are in the lowest place. And I'm telling you, you Dead Sea, you in the lowest place, and you cannot drown. You gonna float. Be still. See the salvation of the Lord. Be still. You ain't gonna drown. In the lowest place, he says, I am already there. The salt, the buoyancy, it's already there. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. You are going to stay afloat. Can I send you out today with this word? You will not drown here. You ain't gonna drown here. Be still and see the salvation of the Lord. You are in a low place, but let me tell you something. God is already there. So maybe he ain't come to get you out, but maybe he came to let you know, I'm here and you will not drown. You will not drown. You will not drown. So be still and see the buoyancy of God, see the floating of God, see the salvation of the Lord. You will not drown. Can I just encourage somebody today? Can I encourage somebody that's overwhelmed? Can I encourage somebody that's feeling the water and the waves over them? Can I just tell you, friend, you will not drown. Would you just put that in the comments? Can we just leave that in the comments? Let's just float that in. Let's get hundreds of comments, hundreds and hundreds of comments. Come on, declare it over yourself. I will not drown. Come on, come on. I know the bills are overwhelming, but say, I will not drown. I know the marriage is heavier now and more complex than ever before. I will not drown. Some of you, I know sin is in your life and you got sin and you're struggling with your own sin and struggling with your own freedom, struggling with your own addiction. Declare it over yourself. I will not drown. I will not drown. Oh, come on, read it. I want you to read it as people are putting it in the comments. Just look at those words and let them wash over you. I will not drown. I will not drown. I may be in my lowest place. Come on, somebody say, I have a life raft. Come on, I will not drown. I will not. So therefore, watch this. Since I know I ain't gonna drown, since I know God is here, I will not give up. Oh, come on. I will not give up. Come on, let's put that in there and then we're going to go. I just need us to preach. I'm not the only one preaching today. I need y'all to preach with me. I will not give up. So just put don't give up. Don't give up. Come on, tell somebody don't give up. Put it in the comments. Don't give up because you ain't going to drown. So since you ain't going to drown, why in the world would you give up now? If you ain't going to drown, why in the world would you give up now? Don't give up. Come on, put it in there. Tell them don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Not just I will not give up, but you telling somebody else now. So you didn't got your help. Now help give somebody else some help. Tell somebody, don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Not today, Satan. Come on, not today, Satan. Don't give up. Don't give up. If I'm not going to drown here, why would I give up here? If this is not my end, why would I quit here? Why would I do that? I don't believe He's brought me this far to leave me. So therefore, I won't give up. Y'all stay encouraged today. You ain't gonna drown. So don't you give up. God bless y'all. See y'all tomorrow.